Sometimes you gotta, and that's completely fine. Well, everybody, I've been having so much fun this weekend, and why not just keep the fun rolling? Let's go ahead and find out what our game is for our first match. Crappy, take us on over, and let's find out who the GM is. Well, she has been around here for a few years now and has done a lot of magical work in order to show us some really strange games, generally on the Genesis. Please welcome our friend Garby the Glitcherous. Garby, come and chat. Bet she's a nerd. No, maybe. Might be a nerd. I don't know. Nerd, not a nerd. Who am I to decide?
Hello.
Hello there. How are you doing, Garby?
I'm good. I'm super excited to get this game out. Like, I know there's a lot of people who have done really well in this like competition, who do really well in Kusog7ande, and I'm excited to see how they do.
Yeah, honestly, this is a little bit outside of what I would have expected from you. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, it's just kind of the physics. I'd say it's a lot like Shrek Kart, and I gave that out once.
Oh no. Well, that explains a lot, actually, because this is a kart racer, right? What game do you have?
I have Extreme.
You can't even finish saying it. Extreme Go-Kart racing, apparently. I don't know what that is. But apparently that's what we're going to be having for the next hour, everybody. Yeah, I've never heard of this. It's a PS1 title, though. And it looks like you got a cowboy and a pirate, and... do I know any of the characters in this game, or are they all, like, super generic versions of everything? Find out your way.
They're like, I don't know them. I don't think they're from anything.
I love it. So what is extreme about the game?
You can use a turbo.
You can use a turbo, everybody. Extreme. Oh my gosh, sorry. I see the demo playing for one of the players. This is just Mario Kart. This is absolutely 100% Mario Kart 64. I don't think they even try to hide this. I'm really excited for this. I love some good... I'm not going to call this a bootleg because, they obviously had to program it from the bottom up. They didn't steal codes, so I would say not a bootleg, but oh boy. Oh,
yeah.
You know what? Okay, so I'm working on getting everything captured and looking good. Tell me, what's been going on? How have things been for you?
Things have been really good for me personally. It's like life's been good and everything. I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber lately.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun, and I'm also excited for Xenoblade 3 coming out in a week.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that's coming out.
I don't know how much do you know that series?
I have played most of Xenoblade 2, and it was a lot of fun. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that game.
Yeah, I didn't quite beat it, but at the same time, I think that I played it probably 30 or 40 hours. I'm probably fairly close to the end and played it enough that I was super happy with it. I'm glad that the big fans of the series, are getting another game in it. At the same time, I think that the next game that I want to play on the Switch is going to be Live Alive. Oh, Live Alives. Live Life.
I've heard of that game. I have not played it. So
I played a little bit of the Super Nintendo version, which honestly, I feel like if the SNES version never came out in the US, we would not be getting... if nobody ever did a fan translation of the game, we would not be seeing it today here on the Switch. So huge kudos to those who sort of bucked a little bit of the trend, did the fan translation, and made it so that we can get a version of the game here. Yeah! I'm a huge... I feel like it's extremely important what people did in the 90s in order to help us know about games that were outside of the US that we never got. So, yeah. Anyways, Kusog7ande, of course, a lot of the times we're revisiting old games that very few people know about. Extreme Go-Kart Racing is one of those. I know nothing about this game other than you are giving it out, so apparently it was real at one point.
I genuinely had some fun with this game, which I think says a lot.
I mean, just because a game is bad doesn't mean it's unfun, and just because a game is fun doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like there's like a tech issue. So we're getting like Genie's having to get like ready or wait. Okay, never mind. They're ready.
I think they're ready. Yeah, I'm just letting the players know to go ahead and get. Let me know when they are set and good to go. It looks like we are getting some buffering on some of the streams here. Let me see. I'm just going to go ahead and set the quality whenever I can so that we get as little buffering as possible. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this music's so good. Do 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 do. Yarr! So it looks like they are selecting their racer as well as their vehicle. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm letting them select whichever racer they want.
2 are going with Captain.
Oh, it looks like Genie still needs to get they need to get to the screen, to the Grand Prix screen.
Yeah. Okay, this music's pretty good. I like this caveman on Meekin's screen. Oh my gosh. You got the bone-in meat there. Now, as you can see, you've got different statistics here. I actually think that there are going to be some interesting deals making sure that they select somebody who is worth playing. Of course, if there's a chance for them to change a player or change their character during the game, it might not matter quite as much. But I feel like Captain, based off of high speed and high weight, would probably be a good early pick personally.
I'll probably talk more about it when we get into the game.
Yeah. I know nothing about the physics, so that's just a guess. Okay, all the players are ready, so best of luck. And I need everybody to spam all of your best racing emotes. If you have any Mario Kart or Shrek Kart or Bubsy Kart or whatever, you've got to spam. By the way, one of the players today did replace one of the others who was feeling sick, so thank you so much to those who are willing to come and jump in. We're doing the countdown, best of luck players! As soon as I see movement in the first race, I will start our timer. I think Twitch is just throwing a fit and is making everybody buffer today. It's fine.
Yeah.
Spam those emotes, everybody. It's race day. Okay, pick the shortest course line to retrieve all. Yes. I appreciate all of the emotes in chat. Thank you.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's the one thing with this game is the loading is pretty long, so that's something with this.
Come on. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
And There we go. Our players are off to a quick. This is not very quick. Okay, off to a very steady start. We see Captain being used on 3 out of 4 player screens. Meekin's the only one to choose somebody other than Captain to start with this game. Yeah, we've got Maurice on the top left, Meekin's top right, Mechalink bottom left, and Genie on the bottom right. I think all of these players are known for being super good players. Oh my gosh, I have no idea who's gonna win.
Yeah, this could be interesting, yeah. So about the characters, so I'd say that having the big racer, like the big racers are the best in the later tracks, but the smaller ones help a lot in the earlier ones. But when you get later on, you kind of have to use the bigger ones to have enough speed to be able to win.
Okay. They take a little bit longer to accelerate, but they'll... Yeah, I thought it was actually going to be sort of the opposite, because in general, if you have difficult races where you have to have a lot of turns and you're going to end up bumping into a whole bunch of stuff, it would make sense to me that having somebody with... somebody who goes a little bit slower would be fine, but at the same time, I sort of understand if you can get to your top speed faster after crashing into a wall, then that may be a better option to have a light player later on. Okay. Huh.
Dude, Maurice is doing really well so far.
Maurice finishing the first race already. And question, how many races are there that the players are going to be playing?
There's 7 races total, so this means that, so it is possible someone could beat it if they figure out this game quickly.
Okay.
But
what happens if they lose a race?
Well, if you get 3rd or better, you can advance, and I'm not sure what the difference is between 3rd through 1st, but 4th or worse, you have to redo the race that you just did.
Gotcha. Do you have a limited number of tries, or...
Not as far as I know.
Ah, okay. Well, we'll have to see. We might have players get through some of these races a little faster than others, which is fine. This is Kusog7ande. We allow that. Sometimes the races go a little bit shorter than an hour. By the way, I want to say thank you to those who just subscribed. Taven and Amazing Toaster. We usually don't talk too much about y'all because we want to focus on the races here. But I appreciate you. Oh, this place looks a little familiar.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Mecha got 4th there, so it looks like he'll need to redo that race.
Mecha will be restarting, and the other players moved on to the 2nd race. A little bit of a split then between players here. Others are saying off-brand Choco Mountain. I don't know. Maybe. I don't see falling. Any falling rocks yet, so I don't know. Maybe they're wrong.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Oh, well, okay, I saw one right there. Okay, there was one rock, you know?
Rocks here can be kind of mean, like, they can just squish your racers. One other benefit to having a big racer also is that you can squish the smaller racers.
Good. Yeah, that is a huge advantage. I mean, you can sort of do that with Bowser on Mario Kart.
Yeah, and if you're a smaller character, you'll just keep getting squished by the bigger racer, so it's kind of like a two-way thing. Yeah, Turbo is totally not useful at all, almost entirely. There are times when it can be helpful, but you have to really know the course well.
I do like the benefit and risk of having Turbo. Question, is there a button that puts the map up on the screen like Mario Kart?
I do not think so.
Well, okay, that's not the best thing then.
I gave them the controls, so I'll look at that. Yeah, I don't see one.
Yeah, let's say this is definitely a ripoff of Mario Kart. I think it's very easy to see. Yeah. And honestly, like, the level design here is so close to Mario Kart. I feel like that would be enough to raise a few eyebrows, possibly from anyone wanting to shut this company down. Like, I would be like, I don't know about that, you know?
Ooh, it looks like... Oh, heck, Maurice just finished that. Yeah, they're doing a lot better than I expected. It looks like Mecha just beat the first level, so that's cool. Everyone's finishing the second race.
Good. Mecha Link still one race behind everybody else. That is fine and understandable. Now, the company that made this game is actually known as Now Production. The last video game that they made was in 2020, specifically Shark Copter versus Zombie Dancers, which I've heard it's stellar. It's so good. Maybe not, but they may have been the people, some of the people may have worked on various Nintendo games like Mario Super Sluggers. Not completely sure. I do see that this company worked on Splatterhouse 3 for the Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How about Yo Noid? Looks like they might have worked on Yo Noid. Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, Capcom published it, but this company made it.
Oh, I think I've heard that's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think that they did maybe one of the ports for Splatterhouse 2 as well. And if I'm not mistaken, let me check and make sure, they did indeed make Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu, which, oddly, there are a lot of bootlegs based off of that specific game. It's kind of a fun game. I'm not gonna lie. It's not perfect, but it's enjoyable.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, other people are saying that they made Katamari? What?
Wait, what?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I see possibly Beautiful Katamari. Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that one, I think that was developed by a different team than the original ones.
Yep, they did make Beautiful Katamari, so there you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Age Tech was the publisher for this game. Like, honestly, you know, we don't really hear about Age Tech, we don't really hear about Now Productions, but both of them have put out a lot of games. Age Tech, one of the games that I recognize really quickly on this list is Cookie and Cream, a multiplayer cooperative game. Yeah, and developed by From Software. Yeah.
The From Software game?
Yep, they published it. Age Tech published it. Yeah. So there you go. They're known for publishing some pretty amazing games from Software, possibly better than anything else that they made, you know?
Well, yeah, that's a little... It's cool to see that they have a good history of, like, publishing good things after this.
I also see a little game called Rising Zan, the Samurai Gunman. One of Mikuyama's favorite PS1 games. This company, the company that published this game, also published that. So, you know, I actually really love that game. It is ridiculous. Our players are doing really well, by the way.
Yeah, I was not expecting them to do this well, I'll be honest. Sometimes it just, I guess this just happens.
Yeah, I mean, heck, sometimes you get Laser Shark, you know?
Yeah. Okay, it looks like Mecha just beat the second level and two of our racers. It looks like Gene Genie has to redo this.
Gene Genie is gonna go back to the North Pole, being a bit of a setback for them. But that's completely fine. We'll see how Meekins Box and Maurice do on these later races here. Go! Ah, ha, ha, I am a pirate. And I laugh like Bowser because that's sort of the type of character I am. So question, there are lots of vials of various things that you can collect. What do they do? Are they essentially...
Oh, they let you get turbo. Oh, okay, yeah. Maurice is restarting because I think they went to that island with the vials, which it's not really worth it. Like the turbo isn't really it can help if you use it correctly, but it's not worth going all the way there.
Yeah, I think I agree with what Maurice is doing. Meekins, by the way, deciding to retry right now. I'm glad that the players are taking into consideration the various options that they have. As it turns out, with a lot of kart racers, you don't have to finish out a race. I would be tempted to just try it, try going all the way through it, but obviously these players think that it's better to just restart and have a good first attempt. And honestly, I feel like, considering that all of them have done well in Kusog7ande's past, I can sort of agree with that thought. Unfortunately, Meekins is suffering due to having a light character. They ran into somebody and ended up flying into the air, getting knocked back.
Oh, yeah. I almost considered like having them use the same character, but I thought it would be more interesting, and it might extend this match some if everyone used a different character. Or if I let them choose for themselves.
I mean, there are benefits and risks. It's something that they have to consider, you know, who is going to be best early on, who is going to be best later on. You know, later on with most kart racers, you can expect the tracks to be narrower, the turns to be more difficult. So you got to think, is it better to have somebody who is able to withstand taking hits like the pirate dude? Is it better to have a character who can get accelerated to top speed faster? It's hard to say until you jump into the race. And honestly, you know, Maurice looks like they have a very good possibility of beating this race on this attempt. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. Maurice, you know, could end up falling off and losing a place or two. Meekins has to pass another character here, and there we go. We've got a character pass, but unfortunately Meekins went the wrong way, which is where all the boosts are.
So with this game, I would say the hardest thing is like catching up. After you catch up, it gets a little easier, but having like a big fall is still really bad. Oh, what?
And there we go, Maurice finishing the level, 3rd place out of 7. We may... How many levels are coming up? Because we finished the pirate level.
Yeah, that was the 4th one. Wow, yeah, it's very possible for someone to finish this.
Oh my gosh, Meekins just barely moves into 3rd right at the end. That's good enough to finish the race. Okay, it looks like Mecha Link unfortunately is going to have to retry the race again. This is putting a little bit more distance between the top 3 players and Mecha Link. Genie is in a pretty solid 3rd place at this point. Unfortunately, goes the incorrect way. Is Genie gonna just retry the race rather than playing through the whole map? I think, honestly, Genie may consider doing 1 lap and then restarting. Although, they might just keep going. I don't know.
One thing to consider with risk trying is that the loading is just so long.
It's so long.
So, and now Maurice is onto the desert. This is probably the hardest level in the game because there's a big section where you like have to use the turbo, but it's really hard to use it without just crashing, and if you crash you lose everything. You lose all of your speed. So that could be really bad, just crashing. And
Where
especially
do
if you don't need it.
Have to use the turbo?
Well, you just move really slowly if you don't use it.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, the sand here?
Yeah.
That is a little annoying. It's...
I think the big characters do kind of excel here because you can still have some, like, sun speed, but if you're a small character,
like
you won't have a lot of...
However, Meekins did have a decent turbo there. Oh, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, Meekins got squished by another character right there. Are you going to use the turbo to get through the rest of the sand? It looks like no.
Oh, they're going to be so mad at me.
Who?
Oh, the racers.
I don't know. Like, this seems almost competent.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed this game when I played it, like I said. So I can kind of see where they were going.
Yeah, it's just that it's so generic. Like, that's my main complaint. It's obviously somebody, probably several of them were like, hey, let's go ahead and make a Mario Kart game, and they didn't really have any licenses they could use, so they just created their own characters, which is fine. I actually think that's a fun idea. It's just that for the time, and even like up through today, very few people are really going to care about a kart racer that doesn't have characters from some other franchise they know. Simply put, this doesn't do anything special, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Like, this is Mario Kart, except not quite as good, and with characters that nobody knows. Although I really enjoy the Fat Pirate. He is easily my favorite character so far. Mecha Link having to redo the ice level again. See, you were predicting that people would struggle, and I do think that certain people do struggle with different things. Kart racers, definitely not what we usually have on Kusog7ande, and Mecha Link is unfortunately the one who is having the most struggles with this game.
Yeah, I want to say this is their first Kuso, I think.
No, they've played in the past, I'm relatively sure, multiple Kusos before.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I met them I kind of got to know them a little better from the Edge Case Collective community, so now that I know them, I kind of knew their name when I got them as a competitor.
Aha! Let me see. Yeah, Mecha Link. Right here in Kuso 6, they played. Their first game that they got was actually Snow Brothers for arcade, Snow Brothers 3 Magical Adventure. But maybe that was the first one that they played in.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. So maybe, they're still relatively new compared to the other players. Maurice usually has been part of the mystery tournament races there and excels over there. Like, seriously, Maurice is absolutely amazing. It's not too surprising to see Maurice doing as well as they're doing here. Meekins as well. Like, I would honestly say that for this full group, Mecha Link had the biggest disadvantage. The other three have done so much when it comes to doing these blind races with other players, playing games for the first time. And just having a breadth of knowledge, a breadth of experience is making a huge difference for them. Mecha Link, though, trying to deal with the ice physics in this level. Maurice, unfortunately, doing a backflip. That's cool for Sonic. It's not cool for pirates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is super nice. Yeah. They filled in last minute, which is super cool.
Yeah, Meekins getting past, going back to fourth, not having enough turbo here. There we go. Are you going... Oh, unfortunately, running into the wall there. I'm a little bit worried that Meekins may have to restart this track. Yep. Oh, just barely. With a tiny bit. Like, if Meekins had not run into the wall, this would be a different story. They would be moving on to the next stage, but unfortunately lost right at the end. Oh, that's a little bit of a pain. But what can you say? Welcome to video games, everybody. Welcome to video games that were put on PlayStation 1. So, as people said, this did come out in 2000 in Japan and 2003 here in the US. This was very late in the PlayStation life cycle, if I'm not mistaken. At least for the US release.
Yeah, the PlayStation 1, I think, had games for a really long time. I don't know when
to
the
be
last
fair,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, so that is pretty late, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, what is... Okay, it was just loading. I was wondering what... It looked like it was frozen and it was just loading.
It's all cool. It's all cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
being
just
able to
enjoying
switch,
the music. Yeah.
being able to switch other racers is pretty huge. Yeah.
I don't know. What am I thinking? Other people apparently are saying that the Three Stooges on PS1 released around the same time. When was the last PS1 game? Last PS1 game. Let me Google. Apparently, not counting re-releases, the last one in Japan was in 2004. Around May of 2004. But with re-releases in 2006. So, you know, this was about a year before most of the releases stopped. Yeah. So question, everybody, cavemen or pirates? What would you rather be? If you had to choose, would you rather be a caveman or a pirate? I feel like I'd be a pirate. One cool thing as well, you know, I've been listening to some podcasts, and one cool thing about pirates is that pretty much all of the stereotypes that you have about pirates were actually correct. Like the rum, correct. The eye patches and missing limbs, correct. The way that they'd attack, correct. The weird sense of having camaraderie and actually having some code within their own pirate leagues, absolutely correct. Yeah, it's very rare that you have something about history that is quite that right and yet so cartoony. But yeah, it's amazing. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Other people agree there were not saber-toothed tigers or mammoths killing pirates, so that's really cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and one thing as well is that a lot of pirates ended up targeting slave ships. Why? Because as it turns out, a lot of people on the slave ships didn't really want to be there. And it was really easy to get them to turn on the others. So they ended up bringing a lot of slaves, which is freaking awesome. Yeah. And a lot of the times they would be like, okay, we'll steal this much money, and then once I have made this amount of money, then I am basically contractually required to go and retire and live the rest of my life not being a pirate anymore. And, you know, so it was limited piracy, usually targeting either government or especially slave ships. Yeah. And considering that a lot of pirates treated their crew a lot kinder than official ships, it's kind of fascinating. They were sort of one of the earlier type of democratic forces out there because, you know, as soon as you become a mutineer, you can't really return to normal civilized life. because it's just not allowed. You kind of turned against your captain. But a lot of the times the actual official captains were absolutely terrible people because they were allowed to do whatever they wanted on their boats. And when you put people in power who have too much power, or who really like to abuse that power, you're going to end up with people doing terrible things. So I fully understand the mutinies. And honestly, some of those pirate captains really deserved getting what they got. So I don't know. I feel like there were probably some pretty dang bad pirates, but a lot of them, ended up being where they were because of circumstances that were beyond their control, and they just tried to help the people around them. Bam! There you go. Pirates.
Yeah.
Apparently Blackbeard was one of the more ethical dudes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one thing that happened was that Gene, Genie, and Maurice, they both beat the first level, and they're on their way to beat the second level really soon. So I think Gene, Genie is very slightly in the lead right now. So this is exciting.
The second level of what? No, there we go. Maurice finishes the underwater stage.
The desert level. They beat the desert level, and they just beat the pirate level or the underwater. So they're on the last level now.
Okay, 2 players may finish this game soon. We are probably going to have a case of this game being done sooner than other games, which is completely fine. However, Meekins is still struggling a little bit, and Mechalink has been running into a few walls. Oh no, deep space! This doesn't look familiar at all.
This isn't so. I want to say something. I just want to talk about the hints they give you. That's going to come up. They say you need to beat this in a minute 10. They give that as a goal, but that's not really doing well enough to win. So I don't see what the point of that hint is. Oh no, it looks like they only said that for Maurice. But that kind of amuses me that the hint isn't really helpful here.
I love it. We're going to space. Agreed, Pirate Man.
I always forget how well the racers do. Honestly,
this is Kusog7ande. You never one rule for me is that the players are always going to do better than I expect.
I could not get a hold of how the drifting in this game worked at all. Oh heck! It looks like Maurice just fell.
Not a big deal. Honestly, still in 6 out of 7. This music does not sound like Rainbow Row at all. What happened?
Oh my gosh! I saw something about an entry. Let me look. Oh my gosh! I think that's supposed to be the credits. Let me see what happened. Oh no!
No, there we go. Meekins is back into underwater exploits. Is that one level back? No. Never mind.
No.
That's right before the Rainbow Road level. Okay.
The reason I was scared is that that's typically something I got at the credits once. So I was worried that Meekins was going to go to the credits, and that they wouldn't get to the later levels.
It might have just been a character unlock screen, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maurice is opting to restart the stage. I think that is a fine idea, especially once you've done one lap and you know sort of what obstacles are going to be coming up. The thing about this stage up in Spice is that there are no safety rails. You are going to fall off if you get near the edge.
Oh.
And so, it just requires the players to play well. They need to make sure that they... any of the turns, maybe take them a little bit slower, but at the same time, you still need to come in 3rd or higher in order to beat this race. And if you do, then you take the victory. You win Kusog7ande forever. Actually, no, just today. Just this match.
Yeah,
Now-
so it looks like we could see a victory. I kind of thought this was one of the easier levels when I was playing through it.
Okay.
So they might be able to, I think they can probably beat this.
Who did you play as?
I played as the princess. She doesn't have the best turn. She's like around the middle of the racers as far as like speed and everything.
Gotcha. So yeah, as soon as somebody beats this not Rainbow Road level, if they get in third or higher, they win the match. They take first place. They're donezo.
Yeah.
However, it does look like the players are struggling a little bit to get used to the turning in this stage, because there is a lot of turning and a lot of room for error. If you just do not do the turns right, you're gonna fall off. For a lot of kart racers, honestly, the thing that you want to do is think about where you want to be in about 1 to 2 seconds and start aiming towards that location. Maurice did seem to have it, as chat points out, but unfortunately Maurice did fall off the edge, and that is a setback back to the beginning.
Yeah, I think the thing about this is that for the most part, the AI usually has a lot of trouble with the tracks, but they don't have as much trouble with this one, so you do have to go pretty fast to win.
Yeah, they're doing really... Oh, there goes Gene Genie. Whee! Gene Genie, are you going to restart the race? It looks like no. Not at this point, anyway. Maurice is very heavy on the resets here. Meekins beating the underwater level and moving on to space as well. And Mecha Link is just so far behind everybody else, it's going to take a lot of work to catch back up. Yeah. But again, not every game works for every player, you know? Everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. Honestly,
how Mecha Link was doing is probably about how I would do if I was playing this. Yeah, this is definitely a tricky game to figure out. Like, they're just, like, I think some people are just, like, really good at blind racing games and figuring them out.
Oh, yeah, I'd agree.
And it's definitely a skill, like, just being able to do that. But we'll see. Hopefully, I hope Mecha Link can get far, like pull through and get to the later stages.
I would love for that to happen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this music. Pew 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 pew. Although this music is definitely like they heard Rainbow Road and they're like, we need to make Rainbow Road, but a little different. And this is what they came up with. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, like they're like Maurice got a 1:10 lap, but they're still in 6th place. So yeah, that's not really. They'll need to do a little. But you need to have a little bit better of an average time to get third, unless the AI really messes up.
Yeah, it seems like this is being really a challenge for the players, and I like it. It's good to see challenges.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad it's not just ending too soon.
I'm not sure they're happy about that, but we are. Looks like Meekins opting to retry the map as well. All of the players are being heavy on the retries here. Although now we get the question, is the pirate or the caveman going to be the better character to use here? And I'm really not sure.
I don't know, yeah. One nice thing with this track is that the lines are a lot longer and you have a lot more room for error than on some of the other tracks, for the most part.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Maurice is up to 4 out of 7. And currently on the last lap, all you have to do is pass one character in order to move up. Of course, Maurice is a little bit afraid of using the turbo. I can understand that. Turbo can be a little dangerous, especially when you're running into the sombrero aliens. Okay. This level, this is reminding me a little bit of Go-Kart, because players struggled a lot with that as the final stage. But it was for very different reasons. In Go-Kart, whenever you run into an enemy, it doesn't matter whether you hit from the front or from behind. You get stunned and they speed forward. And those tracks were extremely narrow. Enemies rarely fell off, and whenever there were walls and you were trying to pass anybody, you probably would run into them. Go-Kart made it a very nearly impossible goal to pass other players in the match. Honestly, if you didn't have a good start, you were probably going to lose. Smebble Bear in chat is saying that they were eliminated thanks to Go-Kart. You're welcome.
Yeah, that is a video game for sure. I had to play that for Big Bad Kim once, so yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah, I honestly think that Go-Kart, except for the final level, is relatively easy. It has its issues, but it's the final stage that ups every problem and makes it extremely difficult. And until then, it's almost a walk in the park. There are a couple stages that are hard, but it's almost a walk in the park. This game, the final stage is being the most difficult for the players here, but for very different reasons. It's just managing to maintain speed, but also get the turns. That is the biggest challenge the players are having.
So I want to say Mechalink just beat the level that he was stuck on, so that's really exciting.
Yes, Mechalink has been making some solid progress. That is great.
Yeah, hopefully they can progress, and hopefully this goes a little better later courses.
And the unfortunate thing about not having a map in this game, though, is that you really can get thrown off and go the incorrect direction. Like Genie, no, Mechalink right now going and collecting these items here, that is completely the wrong way to go. But it looks every single player went in that little bait and switch there, because there were tons of items over there. Of course you want to go there. Not the right way, but it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, another thing to note is that when you are racing a game like this, as all the players are doing, it's important to keep in mind, what is the most helpful for you for being consistent and getting through these areas. Not necessarily the fastest, but the most consistent, because really you do not have to beat every AI in order to beat the stage. You just have to manage to take top 3. So as long as you can consistently get a decent time, you'll probably eventually get that. Maurice getting greedy there and falling off the edge. Meekin currently in 4 out of 7.
Maurice could have done that there. That was really close.
I don't think this is going to be quite enough for Meekins, though. You still need to pass one person, Meekins. Is this Bacon Road, asks chat, and I think it is.
Probably.
Whatever it is, it's not kosher. I can say that.
Oh. Yeah, we've had some PS1 racing games. I can kind of shout out Cosmic for the idea to use one of these.
Well, everybody, I'm glad you are here. If you are new, Kusog7ande is a bad video game tournament. Right now, we are in round 1 of the group stage, which means that everybody is playing their first game for this tournament right now. This is extreme go-kart racing. Even if a player takes 4th, they are still in the tournament. Everybody will play at least 2 games before we start eliminating players. After that, whoever is under 12 points after the first 2 matches will be eliminated. Now, the point distribution for round 1 is that first place takes 10 points, second place takes 7, third place takes 5, and fourth place takes 2. So it looks likely that Mecha is going to come in 4th, and if that is the case, unless he manages to get through some of these stages quickly, he would need to take first place in his second match. However, we also pit people against each other based off of how they did, so the people who take first place in round 1 will likely be going against other first place players later on. And no, it ups the spice factor, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it can definitely be exciting.
Yeah.
So there is a good question, chat. If no one beats
Sure.
this, our place is based on who got here first. I'm gonna be honest, that's something that I didn't totally consider when giving the specification.
Well, in general, what we do is whoever has made the most progress towards completing the game is the victor. So in general, I would say completing the race in this, you know, is the first step to actually possibly beating it. And then the ranking, obviously, the higher your ranking, the closer you are to getting completed. So I would say that in general, whoever gets ranked the highest, you know, gets the best attempt, would end up taking first.
Should I tell the players to be sure to finish the well, I don't know, maybe too late for that. Like, they've been restarting it when they were toward the end, so I'm not sure. Like, they've been restarting, so
yeah.
So
in
I don't know
that
if
case,
anyone's...
what may be the best and the most fair is whoever made it to this race the first would end up being taking the victory there, because you know, we don't want to suddenly throw tiebreaker conditions out there that they would have played the game differently had they known differently. So it makes sense. Whoever got to this race first would take the victory if nobody manages to actually beat it.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
And who was the first one to get here?
I forgot.
I believe it was Maurice, followed by Genie, Meekin's 3rd. Mecha is currently in 4th due to not making it this far quite yet. Now, all 4 of the players, they're just trying to have a good push, and Maurice currently in 2nd place. Maurice, all you have to do is not fall off.
Oh, heck. Okay, Meekin's is saying that this is a bot, and that they'll be here for the next 20 minutes.
I mean, maybe. Honestly, you know, Maurice is having a good enough push right now that if they do not make any major mistakes, they will be taking first place for this match in Kusog7ande. One of the other players just tried to pass, but because Maurice is a pirate, that player just bounced off. That computer player just bounced off and fell off the side of the racetrack. Maurice moving to first place, but these twists and turns are getting a little bit sketchy. But that is first place on the hardest race in the game. Maurice is the champion today.
They did amazing in this game. Yeah, that's GG.
However, we still have to determine 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'm welcoming Maurice to come and chat if they would so desire. Deep space pirate victory here. Getting a space alien. There we go. Ugh, that alien is kind of hideous. Gotta be honest. I'm afraid of Buzz.
Well, it looks like
Genie taking second.
Nice.
Hello there, Maurice, and congratulations. You have taken the victory today, beating the totally not rainbow. What was it? Deep Space?
That's what I was thinking on the mini map. I was like, oh man, it's the Hugh Street. Yeah, I'm glad. That was
Nice.
Yeah.
You did a lot better than I expected. Like that's such a hard game.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, there you go. You chose the pirate, Captain Maurice. It looks like Genie wanted to come and chat as well, so I'm going to bring them in as well. Seriously, though, Maurice, you took the victory. Genie second. Meekin's trying to get that third place, and Mechalink has just struggled so much with this game. I can't blame him, though. It's a hard game.
Yeah, how is Mikon doing? They said, oh, I'm gonna be stuck on this level for 20 minutes.
Oh, Meekin's got there probably 5 to 10 minutes after both you and Genie. You only went into this stage about like 5 seconds before Genie, so it was really close between you two.
The desert was actually kind of hard. I was afraid that I was bleeding a lot of time on that. But then I thought, man, this is actually hard because the AI doesn't seem to care about the sand.
Yeah. Well,
well,
Genie, welcome. You were also the pirate. Why did you go with the pirate, Genie?
Well, interesting. I used the ghost, and that one felt very slippery, so I went to the pirate instead.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, the players are allowed to test for about 30 seconds to make sure the controls work well. What about you, Maurice? What was your reasoning to go with the pirate?
I looked at the demo. So in racing games, usually when I blind race racing games, I will go for acceleration because I expect to hit walls a lot. But then I watched the demo play, and it looked like it was able to steer at high speeds regardless of character, like of the stats that I saw during the character select. So I went for like kind of a little more top speed, but then control.
Oh.
Yeah, control. The heaviness actually helped you quite a bit in the sand as well, because while you did get a bit of a slowdown, you don't get as much slowdown as Meekins was experiencing in the caveman car.
I thought the heaviness was whether I can drive over enemies or not.
That also affects it, yes. Meekins has been getting squished left and right, and I love it. Yeah, but seriously, what do you think about the game, Maurice? Since you managed to complete this first, you did a tiny bit better than Genie, although I'd say that the difference is negligible. Just first and second. What are your thoughts about the game as a whole?
I think it's pretty innocent in the sense that there's no AI to screw you over, really. There's no items, like you don't get lightning suddenly or whatever. But then,
it's all
like
you
the
and your
controls.
boost.
Yeah, but then the controls, I don't know, like you need to pre-steer every turn so hard, especially on the space one. Otherwise, you fall off.
Yeah, I was noting to people that in general, with a racer like this, I would probably be thinking, where do I want to be in about 2 seconds? Yeah. Because I need to start steering in that direction right now.
It's like some kind of value that goes up as long as you hold left or right, and then it maxes out after like 3 seconds or something. It takes forever for you to start steering.
Yeah, Genie, you were going to chime in.
Finding a racing line.
Yeah, it's
very important.
I feel like it's the best way that I can compare it to is like you have to think you're controlling yourself with a rubber band, and you just sort of pull the rubber band left or right, and your character will start moving in that direction, and eventually will be stretched over towards where you are. But it's a very different way of thinking when it comes to games. Well, Meekins just took third. So nice. I would say that we've got a clear third place there. What were you going to say?
I was treating this game kind of like a rally game, just kind of going power off before the turn and then putting power back on in the middle of the turn. Just kind of get that proper cornering. I think it helped in the long run.
Well, I am currently I let Meekins know that they have come in third place. I'm letting Mechalink know that that he can keep playing if he would like, but is not required to. Because, it is going to be a definite fourth place for Mechalink, which honestly, I feel like he kind of had a bit of a hard time here because you three are like way too experienced.
In bad games.
In bad games and in like blind races in general.
I will say I like this game more than Banjo Pilot.
What is Banjo Pilot?
It's GBA, isn't it?
It's a GBA kart racer with Banjo-Kazooie characters.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to play that.
The most important thing you need to know about the game is you fly in airplanes, and if you fly over grass, you're slower.
That doesn't sound particularly Why do you go slower if you fly over grass? What the crap does that even mean? That's not how it works. You literally fly planes over grass all the time, and it doesn't slow them down at all. Yeah, let me see. Mecha. Mecha. Yeah, I'm just waiting because honestly, I'm fine letting the race keep going for another 8 minutes if Mecha wants to keep playing the game. And if not, that's fine. I'll go ahead and call it right now. But I enjoyed this. Well, it looks like you're going back to the title screen. You can play some audio here. Yeah.
I unlocked
Looks like the lineup was 3 pirates and a caveman.
Yeah, there were 3 pirates and a caveman. Mecha Link eventually changed to the caveman. Yeah, the thing is, we'll go ahead and let Mecha Link keep going. Then it's good to push yourself and try to do as good as possible. But yeah, Maurice, you did unlock an alien, and Genie, I think you unlocked a new character as well. Holy crap, what are those stats?
What the hell? It's got everything.
5 speed, 5 acceleration, 5 control, 3 weight. Genie, yeah, what are the stats for your new character?
Oh, you also got an alien?
First? Is it because I got first?
Oh, no, I got nobody.
No, I thought that you got like this fish person, or maybe that was Meekins who got a new character.
No, there was 4 silhouettes, and
well, too bad you got nobody.
Oh well.
Well, that's okay, Maurice. Meekins, though, is offline, so we are not going to be seeing that. That is fine. Well, let's see how far Mecha Link can go. I'm not going to stop unless Mecha Link wants to stop, so I don't know. I'm here for like 5 hours. You got Marl.
It does look like that y'all got first and second place respectively, because there's no footage of this game. Anyone can play this game as far as I've seen.
Alright, let's see.
Let's see how
So
bad
you are the
is
best players in the world. Yeah, you've got world record, Maurice, and Genie, you've got second in the world for beating this game.
Yay?
As far as we know.
Wait, did I unlock a different character than everyone else?
You did, Meekins. What character? You already turned off your stream, though, right?
I did. I'm sorry. I got some weird. I got some weird purple cat thing. It said it was from Egypt. Stats? It said they were from Egypt and they like vegetables.
What? This
cats like vegetables.
Oh no, this feels bad.
Oh,
cats are supposed to be carnivorous. That's not good.
I'll go check. Give me a moment.
The alien is so overpowered. I can just full speed every turn.
Holy crap, Maurice. Okay, this alien is really, really good. Like, obviously, if you're doing speedruns of the game, Alien is probably the way you want to go.
Ooh.
Wow, this actually looks fun.
Yeah, it looks super
you can actually turn.
Oh, this
looks
is so,
a lot
so
better
cool.
than Genie. Okay, there we go. I see Caro. What are the stats when you select Caro?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, the ghost
Maurice's
is pretty
stats.
uncontrollable.
Maurice's stats, we've got 5 for steering, 5 for acceleration, 5 for everything except for weight. Weight is 3.
Caro's a big, chunky cat on a carpet.
Okay, 5 speed, 4 acceleration, 2 control, and 5 weight. Honestly, I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't think it would be quite as good as the Alien, I gotta be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that for speed runs, unlock the Alien, and then speed run the game. Don't even worry about that until you get the Alien, you know? This is
Holy
ridiculous.
cow, look at him go.
Wow, yeah.
It's like a game.
I don't know.
Oh,
I believe in Meat Man supremacy, but I mean, this is pretty good too.
That's a
Yeah,
good time
me-
here.
I don't know if I appreciate turning being so responsive.
For your character right now. Yeah.
Yeah, pressing right actually turns you right.
Like
It's amazing.
Caveman, yeah, Meekins, we were discussing what the right option was, and I'm not sure there was a very clear, correct option for the characters because, both Genie and Maurice chose the pirate, but you chose the caveman and still were, like, right behind them.
I was
Pretty
going to pick the
comparatively.
pirate, but I don't trust control in these games normally. So if there's a character that has like increased control, that sounds pretty good for a Kusog7ande game.
That would be the ghost.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
get getting used to.
And I knew I was going to run into stuff a lot, so that I thought my thinking was the acceleration would help me get back on my feet.
That would have been my thought as well. Like something that, if I can get back to my top speed quicker, then that's probably going to be better than any other choice. However, I do feel like that came at a cost, especially with the desert level, which the pirate can go through the sand a lot faster.
I noticed that when the same character passed me and bumped me away every single time in that desert. Was that like maybe based on weight class or something, you think?
I think it's based off of weight class, but also the AI just cheats on that level, so...
Yeah, that's probably correct.
Yeah, that's fine. So as long as you have a character that can deal with the sand, or you have enough turbo to deal with it, then it ends up being kind of doable.
I got extremely bogged down by that section. I think I had to restart that race like 5 times.
By the way, I think that cat... Let me see if I can pull up a picture of this cat, because it's kind of ugly. Not gonna lie.
He's a demon prince. With no
It's
regard
true.
for others.
It's very important, people, that you understand there is no regard for others with this cat. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. Indeed, that is exactly what it says. A demon prince with no regard for others. Yeah, that's right. He's just gonna bump you off the race course, okay? Look at this.
I mean,
Look at
that
this
sounds
nerd.
like a cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so this cat thing,
Carol.
I'm sorry I closed my stream, but I'm playing this cat guy and he controls super well too, despite him having like a lower control stat than Alien. He's also extremely tall.
Ooh.
Really? Well, that's fun. You know what? I was feeling like this game was a very generic Mario Kart game. It's obvious that they took a lot of influence from Mario Kart, and
There are worse
I'm
kart
not
racers.
I'm not
That's
sure if
my-
this does anything like unique or good enough to be considered like to be worth playing.
Like,
know,
yeah,
what do you
it doesn't
think?
stand out, but there are worse kart racers.
I finished in an hour. It's fine to play for an hour.
I think it's pretty
That's fair
fun.
enough. We are coming up on time. We're gonna call it in just a second, and It's okay. Our friend will get to breathe a little easier because this is time. Oh, everybody, throw your hands up. Again, Maurice, congratulations at doing outstanding in this game. Genie was not very far behind you, though. I think it was a little less than a minute. Like, it was really pretty close. And if you hadn't had that good final push there, we would be talking to a different winner right now. Meekin, I think that it was a little bit of the struggle on which level?
The desert level completely owned me.
I think it was the desert level that put you a little bit behind, but still, taking third place, it sets you up pretty well for the future. Mecha Link is going to have the hardest time on the second match, but still could stay in the tournament. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with this game. I think that it is very flawed, but that if it didn't seem so generic, like if there were some unique characters in it, and maybe if they started you off with some more bizarre stuff, it could have been, it could have had potential. Yeah.
I would say the characters are unique enough.
Okay. The characters are unique enough. I know Garb was
there's
saying
nothing
that
really special.
it's a little bit not every racer has to have attack items, and it's kind of nice that you're not suddenly gonna get hosed by some random character throwing a shell at you.
Pathing wouldn't be nice. I think if pathing was more clear, it would be better.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, the island level especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody got tricked onto the island of Lost Toys, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, that had like all the turbo jars over there.
Yeah, all the turbo jars and no hope.
Oh yeah, I definitely went over there.
I even saw it in the demo, and I was like, oh, the demo drove to the right, so I should do that, and then I forgot about it in the race.
It's a lie. You never want to do that. So good. I love it. Oh, well, thank you all so much. We've had a good discussion. It's great to have you all
Oh, the
back.
sand is very slow.
The sand is very slow for the ghost.
Yeah, they have only one weight.
Yeah, that's good to know. Weight directly affects the sand, and you have to have turbo in order to do well there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, thank you all so much. Congratulations again, Maurice, for being our winner today. And
GG's,
hopefully
everyone.
y'all had fun. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. See ya.
Catch
Have
you
fun.
later. Bye. Well, everybody, Kusog7ande is on its 7th year. 7 years of bad video games. I can't believe it. Where have the years gone? I don't know. In the past. Oh my gosh, I'm a little bit tired right now. I'm doing some setup for the next game, so as we do that, feel free to get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, and come back in about a minute or two. I'm gonna go grab myself another coffee and hopefully wake up, so see you in about 60 seconds, everybody.